How often do we experience a sense of deep concentration during a task or activity, and the perception of time diminishes in this deep state of effortless concentration? This experience is known as flow state. We've looked at meditation and its potential positive influence on one's physiology when practiced correctly for generally healthy adults, including the regulation of stress hormones, cortisol, and the reduction of inflammation, as well as its potential benefits in sports performance. In this Part 4 segment, we explore a key factor of meditation, known as the flow state. To a certain extent, flow state is interlinked with self-generated healing mechanisms because of the potentially constructive chain reactions that it can trigger within the chemical systems of the body. It is broadly recognized that during flow state, the brain primarily activates the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for higher-order thinking and self-regulation. This can lead to the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, endorphins, and norepinephrine. These chemicals enhance mood, increase motivation, and reduce pain perception, positively affecting our body by promoting relaxation, improving focus, and facilitating energetic well-being, all of which can contribute to the healing process. Essentially, in the context of the domain of the mind, meditation practices enable a sort of eventual effortless regulation of the senses, because internally, the transformation from disorder to innate harmony takes shape, and practiced with consistency, this paves the way for dispositional mindfulness. This simply means that the state becomes effortless and becomes the norm. For instance, Mishra and Mishra 2025 detail that a body in flow has a sense of control, which leads to a lack of worry as the person develops skills to reduce the chances of errors through physical discipline. Undeveloped senses give chaotic information to the body and thus create entropy. Entropy is a measure of disorder or randomness in a system. This internal disorder can lead to a lack of healthy self-control and subsequently affect the way we engage with our external environment and the way we shape it. In holistic sciences, the state of flow is closely linked to meditation or meditative states, where the primary focus is on one's energy. In essence, it is the experience of total alignment in the present moment. The Autotelic experience is a key component of the flow state, in which one becomes fully immersed and focused on an activity, finding it intrinsically rewarding, in which external rewards or benefits are not the goal, but the activity itself is a sort of self-goal. It therefore becomes a source of unattached satisfaction that one allows within themselves, independent and free from soul end-goal orientation. Holistically, the flow state involves a total alignment of one's physiology, encompassing physical, mental, and energetic levels. It is a state where effort becomes effortless. Time and all external facets become absorbed into the state itself, and the perception of time is not within the realm of flow awareness or active states of flow. There is a profound sense of joy and complete alignment, an experience of wholeness towards something, which may be an activity, task, or similar. It is where individuals experience complete immersion and engagement in an activity. It is also recognized as a sort of perfect mental control, but without the idea of control, it just is. Tasks can be performed without attachment to the outcome, leading to peak performance and a sense of wholesome satisfaction. Additionally, reputable sources suggest that during a flow state, there are changes in brain activity characterized by heightened focus, a sense of effortless control, and a diminished awareness of time as we typically perceive it. These characteristics are interlinked with the practice of meditation, in which, as a result of practice, focus and concentration are cultivated over several sittings. Philippe and others 2022 suggest that in sports, the flow state has a strong positive relationship with the level of performance. The ultimate experience of flow could include a transcendental experience in which performers are often described as being in a trance-like state. They also recognize that flow state can be elusive and not necessarily guaranteed. This, to some extent, depends on the individual. However, they also detailed that, in a study of elite athletes, 71% believed they could control their state of flow through factors like physical and mental preparation. In the Western Hemisphere, the term flow has been attributed to Csikszentmihalyi. Csikszentmihalyi, 1999, suggests that flow is not a phenomenon that a person's will can consciously trigger. This observation is to some extent applicable. However, in holistic disciplines and several Eastern practices, the flow state experience is seen as a natural, progressive outcome of consistent meditative practice when carried out with methodical intention. For instance, balanced vata is linked to flow state, characterized by creativity, movement, and spontaneity, often fostering effortless concentration. Flow state is a part of Dhyaan. It is a frequent spontaneous occurrence in these regions, partly due to the cultural approach to meditative practices, work, tasks, or activities, but not necessarily formalized in the same way as the industrialized mindset. Flow state itself implies a free and progressive creativity towards something. Similarly, Katahira and others, 2018, found that the flow state is marked by increased theta waves in the front of the brain and moderate alpha waves in both the front and central regions. The theta waves may indicate strong focus and engagement in the task, while the alpha waves suggest that working memory isn't overloaded. Theta waves are brain waves, 4 to 8 Hz, associated with light sleep, relaxation, and creativity. Alpha waves are slightly faster, 8 to 12 Hz, and indicate a state of calm, alertness, and readiness. Taking this further, typical examples of theta complementary sounds from our natural environment include the gentle sounds of ocean waves, flowing rivers, rustling leaves, and soft rain. These natural sounds can help induce a theta-like state of calm and mindfulness. McConnell and others, 2014, examined how listening to theta frequency binaural sounds after exercise affects the autonomic nervous system. They found that this auditory stimulus enhances parasympathetic activation, promoting relaxation and recovery, while reducing sympathetic activity related to stress. These frequencies are also interlinked to meditation sounds and specific mantras. Additionally, there is an association between parasympathetic activation and creativity. A relaxed state can foster creative thinking, improve problem solving, and enhance openness to better thinking. Flow state involves curiosity, persistence, and humility, allowing one to become fully engaged with the task or activity rather than solely focusing on goal attainment and benefits. Going back to Csikszentmihalyi 1990, the similarities between yoga and flow are extremely strong, as both try to attain joyous, self-forgetful involvement through concentration, which in turn is made possible by the discipline of the body. The flow state phenomenon also falls under the positive capability of the mind. It shares a common ground with disciplines that provide routes to engage in one's limitless potential. This is fundamental in holistic disciplines. Potentially, flow state can activate peak performance levels, and meditation can help cultivate flow state by engaging neuroplasticity. Subject to individual suitability and individual health status.